Good evening. I'd like to call this committee of the whole to order tonight and to welcome Mark Rushton in the gallery with us. Mark? And everyone's seen the agenda. Can we have a motion for approval?
So moved. Second.
Okay, we have a seconder, so moved. Any questions? All those in favor, please raise your hand.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? No? All right, then we'll call the motion carried and move on to the approval of the minutes for the November 13th. Everyone's seen them? Hearing no errors or omissions, I declare the minutes approved as presented. We'll move on to town department reports. We'll start with 4.1, Public Works Department, presented on Zoom by McFerdy, Public Works Supervisor.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. For the month of November, the team completed fall protection along with trenching and excavation course. We repaired a shutoff on Eureka Street, helped repair plugged sewer on Birchwood Road, installed a new sump pump in well 4. We also had a rep in to inspect our safety harnesses and tripods. A windshield was installed in the 544 loader. Tree removal on Handel Street and Dufferin Street. We also prepared for our annual Christmas parade, installed decorations around town. We also picked up the tree that was donated by Charles Thompson. Thank you very much. It's a great looking tree. And the last of the new sidewalk, curb, and tactile plate was installed on Water Street. We also repaired a sewer lateral on Sunset Avenue and cleared storm drains around town. Thank you.
All right, any questions for Nick? No? All right. Thank you, Nick. Next, we have the fire department presented by Bruce Rushton, Fire Chief.
Good evening. Since our last reports, we've had 6 emergency calls in November. We've had around 130 immediately for the year. That's the parts. Last month, we had 3 more vehicles, 3 started fires, 2 those in the coverage area for we're being one of those here, so right? You know, probably heard on this right, but nights about that. So Sunday night, I thought on that we had 4 emergency calls. It's difficult there during the day to go down. Maybe 20 miles. Pull down, so that's those 4 calls looking at about 60 hours, I think. Our new truck finally on call. 2 fires down. So it's maybe call. Truck 5, and then $8 million fire truck. At our annual meeting back in November, like Chief is after developing the fleet for 2 years. Next year, we have our debt price. We had our boiler service and the floor for recently relaxed that they get that and ducts that and John. We have members consist of the Red Ribbon campaign with Matt Canada and the Red Team with Saturday. Well, my leadership. We got our annual bank coming up the end of January, not the end of that. Let's remind everyone if you have a real person street, Facebook flyer from Jeff Staley. Drive friend and issues with that. And friendly reminder too, that during the snowstorm, or event, weather event, lot of things that give us access to them in the event that we need that for the governors. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question, Bruce. When you're out on Trans Canada for a motor vehicle accident, do you have lights or flashers you can set away from where you're working, just to warn motorists that?
Oh, yes, we
Yeah.
have, emergency scene signs that we relay.
Yeah.
We have generally 2 trucks and switch to using 3 trucks on the highway. So we will have 2 block of trucks.
Right.
Prior to people getting to the scene, we have several traffic cones that we put up. Partially here on the border.
Yeah.
Lots of flights, lots of warning
Too many idiots.
prior to.
Too many idiots. Yeah.
Here. For our safety, we, they're doing. Bruce, I may ask, have you ever seen me ever charging them? No. And I did mistake, so. Yes. It's very difficult for them to charge anybody, have a whole lot of work, they're going to pay there.
Any other questions?
Well, I would like to just congratulate you on being reelected.
Yes,
So we never had a
definitely.
ceremony.
Thank you. Thank you to the, now we'll move on to the administrative reports presented by Linda Plum.
Yes, thank you. So I've got 3 reports here. So we start with, just to let everyone know, we have 3 jobs on the go here that we're looking for. We have some vacancies. First is Cross Guard. Starting when school comes back in January, we'll be needing a Cross Guard. So there's actively an employment opportunity open for that. And so we're actively taking resumes now. So if you are interested, please apply within. Also tell your friends. Also, we have the MPAL position open as well, which is Municipal Physical Activity Leader. It's a full-time job. And we're ready to start as early as January. So check out our website regarding the job description. But that is also actively looking for resumes and applicants now as well. Third, we need a plumber, that specializes in backflow systems. We need their expertise and for them to conduct annual inspections. It's a mandate as part of our cross-connection control program. So this is a necessary item we need. So we're looking for someone with this skill set to contact the town office for consideration to conduct these annual inspections for us.
Can I ask a question? Is that just on an as needed basis, that plumber?
The plumber will be conducting must conduct annual inspections and as needed other items like or specialties regarding the
But
control.
it's not a full-time job.
Not a full-time job. It's just, we're looking for someone as a contact to fill in this need. Yes, yeah, to make sure we have our connection control program in place. Also, we recently had a council orientation. The province was here and they did a refresher for some and welcoming our newly elected Councillor Patrick Moore. So I just want to remind all council to check your email at least once a day, and as that's the main way of communicating. If your email's not working, please don't wait. It is something that we need to get fixed right away. So let me know. Especially we got the holidays are coming up and stuff like that. So things still will go out in the email. We recently posted a proclamation recognizing International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Also, staff had attended the AMANS Anti-Racism and Equity Symposium in November. The strike has caused a fair bit of administration time in various departments, and you'll hear about it in the 3 different reports I've collected here. So one was setting up things inside our Sage regarding like different various accounts that had to be set up that are not normally set up. Also, preliminary tax sale notices have been sent out and vehicle registrations have been required for public works and fire departments. The manager of finance, a few highlighted items, and those two reports are in the council package. So, you know, to review them all, just giving some highlights. So the manager of finance, she's reviewed and posted invoices regarding the Foundry Street and new sewer ads and water ads. She's applied for the payments in lieu of taxes, which is a process we do each year. Also did some continued work on the asset management plan. Also working towards the, we have a utility review board session coming up here soon, and we need to put water budgets together for the next 3 years. So she's working hard on that as well. Also, during the mail strike, she had to arrange a check pickup and delivery as well. So which is a lot of work. Now this one I added to everybody's desk. This came from the payroll clerk there. And so she had received like approximately 78 water and property tax payment walk-ins. And 53 tax certificates were processed. 5 transfer cards were created. Approximately 4 connection fees to water accounts been added. 3 house closings. She had various things like emailing outstanding property tax bills, assisted a property owner on how to pay water and property tax billings online. We do that. So some people do call and we walk them through this process. And due to the strike, she had a lot of walk-ins to come pick up the checks. So it's very interrupted when you're busy working and stuff, but it's necessary to do. So that is what I have for administration.
Thank you to all the department heads for your respective reports. Now to the next item on the agenda. Number 5, council committees and board reports. 5.1, Recreation Commission report presented by Councilor McNutt.
Thank you. To start, we had a paint night a couple of weeks ago. Ashley Hudson came to the fire hall and we had 17 people do a paint night. So that has been our second workshop for November, and we're going to continue in the new year. So if anybody out there would like to put on a workshop, please contact me. Linda did send me one, and I think we'll contact that person and hopefully have that one in the new year, but we'd like to have one every month, maybe a couple times a month. We also had our tree lighting a couple of weeks ago. There was over 100 people there. It was great. We sang, we had some hot chocolate, and we lit the Christmas tree. It was exactly what it needed to be. Thanks to the fire hall and to Public Works for closing that little portion of the street off. It was much safer that we had that closed off. We didn't have to worry about kids running out in traffic. And then on Friday, 2 Fridays ago, we had our Christmas parade. We had over 40 entries this year, so this was our biggest in the last 4 years. Again, thanks to Public Works, they put a lot of work into decorating floats in the town and everything, so that was great. Also a shout out to Melissa Ellis. She painted the things, I guess you can see it behind me, on the window. So that was really fun this year. Her and her 2 daughters helped out with that. And she also really championed the tree lighting. So a big shout out to her. She's part of our Recreation Commission. And then the last thing we have upcoming, a semi-formal Christmas dance at the Oxford Fire Hall, and it is December 20th. And it is grades P to 3, it's 6 to 7 p.m. and grades 4 to 6 is 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. So all who are interested, drop in. And that's it till the new year, and then we'll be back at it again. And please check out the MPAL thing, because we need a leader. So that would be great to have somebody in that position.
Any questions for Councilor McNutt? All right, we'll move on to 5.2, the Accessibility Advisory Board, presented by Linda.
Thank you. So the Accessibility Committee met on November 25th. You'll see there's approved minutes from the meeting before is in the council package for October. A few items that were talked in November. We talked again regarding the combining of the plans, but it was decided that it's best to create its own plan regarding the anti-racism and equity plan. So there's a different committee altogether. We are still looking for committee members to join and help create this plan that the town needs to have in place by March 31st. So it's a big to do, but we have a lot of work done towards it. So that's a good thing. Also, the accessibility plan, we have to look at doing some updates to it, updating the plan to revisit the plan with the lens of plain, clear language and equity, anti-racism and diversity. So that's on the go. Also, we are looking at a few of the goals that was in the accessibility plan and prepare the accessible report card for council by March 31st and make recommendations for the following year before budget year. Snow and ice management policy was looked at. And remember when we did the walk and wheel ability report, there was a fair bit of recommendations to add to the snow and ice removal for accessibility. So we'll be looking at those to apply and present to council hopefully in January for policy update. If they fit, we've got to work with staff first. Also, there's a fair bit of discussion on transportation as a concern for accessibility. The focus on the human rights remedy, which is mandating that members move out into the community from locations such as sunset communities. With this mandate, there's going to be a shortage of transportation services, and actually there already is a shortage. There's a limited number of vehicles, and there is only one cab service in Oxford, and there's none, as far as we know, in Pugwash. The Cumberland County Transportation Services, which is also known as CCTS, currently only has 5 vehicles, and quite often they're all booked well in advance. Every now and again, you do see one in Oxford at the grocery store and stuff like that. But it was also noted that there's only one that is wheelchair accessible through CCTS. So it is a concern, especially with this remedy coming down transportation. So that's what I have for accessibility.
Any questions for Linda? And 5.3, the library report presented by Linda.
Okay, so we have the October report. I understand there's another one, a meeting just happened yesterday, so we'll be presenting that in the January committee of the whole, but I think Councilor Black, Deputy Mayor Black will be presenting maybe an update as well. But from the report that was in the package, they had I think they were supposed to postpone the meeting that they had because they were still waiting for appointments from municipal election just happened. So all the appointments weren't made yet. So due to that as well, there was also the provincial election, and that kind of stalled the provincial review as well. So that was a little bit of a stall. But they did get the statistics for October for Oxford. So in Oxford, the Cumberland Public Library signed out over 13,954 items. 745 of those items were in the Oxford Library alone. So that's 745 for Oxford. And this includes the books, movies, TV shows, magazines, ebooks, and more. So this was submitted by our Chief Librarian, Denise Corey. Do you have anything more to add? You had a meeting just last night.
Yeah, it was mostly to bring new members up to date, and we went over a few things, but we're almost waiting on everything. We're still waiting on the new funding. Because of the election, they haven't put anybody as that minister yet. And we're still waiting on a lot of things that will be the new year before we find out any.
The postal strike is hitting hard too.
Yeah.
Where you just can't get books anymore because for avid library users, when you put a hold on a book, it could come from Yarmouth or Cape Breton, and they're not coming. So
No, and that was noticed in how many people are going to the library, how many books are going.
yeah, so the December
November
numbers will
down.
way
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
compared to those October numbers for sure.
And they're waiting on that. It just seems like everything we come up to, we're waiting. Hopefully, we have a meeting in February, things will be moving again. All right, any other questions? Thank you to the committees and boards for your respective committee reports. And moving on to discussion and correspondence, number 6, we don't have any, right, Linda? Nothing. So we're on to adjournment. If there's no other further business to discuss, anyone have anything? I declare this meeting adjourned. Now I'll turn the chair over to Mayor Henley to conduct the council meeting.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Black. Okay, we all set to start?
On 6 minutes.
Okay. Let's say we all set? Good. Before I begin, I just want to notify people that during a snowstorm, too many vehicles are being left out the road. And the town crew cannot plow around them and do a proper job, so I've been told that there's a very good possibility they'll have cars towed away. They're sitting out there when they're trying to do snow removal, so keep your cars moved, please. Okay, first up, I'd like to call this meeting to order. First off, I need a motion for approval on the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by, I guess it was Councilor McNutt moved it, and second by Councilor Jones. All those in favor of the agenda, please say aye. Aye. Contrary minded, hearing none, I declare it approved. You've all got a copy of the minutes from our November 27th meeting. Any errors or omissions, comments? Hearing nothing, I declare them approved as submitted. So we will go to item 4, appointment of investigator for the code of conduct and update. This is coming from Linda. Linda, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So there's been a fair bit of work done on finding an investigator that's required regarding the code of conduct that's been just adopted there, mandated by the province. So where it is personnel, we are going to require to go in camera later on in the agenda, and we'll talk about it further. And if council is ready for decision, we'll come out of in camera to announce if there's an appointment, but we'll need to go in camera. But just to share that there has been some interest. We had to do a lot of calling and investigating, see what other municipalities are doing. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have something tonight, but if not, we'll have to do it in January as well. So
Okay.
there'll be an in-camera item here shortly.
Okay, we'll move on to 4.2, sale of surplus equipment. This is the old retired fire truck. Go ahead, Linda.
Thank you. So this is just an update. We had looked at various ways on getting the word out regarding the sale of surplus of the fire truck that's now retired. So just today, we are able to get it posted on the Facebook. It will be posted there for 2 months as well. It will be on our website and also posters up and around, and our partner will be sharing as well. So we'll be reaching out that way. It will be like a what you call seal bid. You can drop off here at the council door. We have a mail slot, or if the town hall is open, you're welcome to drop it off at town hall as well. So we're accepting sealed bids on if anyone's interested in the purchase of the fire truck, and they may also contact us for more inquiries as well if they have any questions.
Yeah.
There's a contact number on the ad if you would like to view it as well.
Okay, thank you. Before I go to 4.3, I neglected to point out that Mark Rustin is in the gallery, so welcome, Mark. Now we'll move on to 4.3, amend fees policy.
Okay. Be me again.
Thought it might.
Yes, so the reason we're bringing this to council tonight is we've been working on the water CAD study and how we're going to recoup this money to keep our water CAD up to date. So there's been a lot of work done internally, and it was recommended that we consider that everyone that is doing a development for water, there would be $100 charge right away for development. And this will allow, goes towards the pot to help keep our water CAD up to date on an annual basis. So this is, we're recommending that we approve the fees policy, which shows development charge per unit, $100. And also there's the development office has the development application, which is also highlighted in yellow. It's in the council package. Showing the development charge $100 per unit, and they had a note in here, all new development will be required to pay the development charge, water CAD study rate on the development application. So this will help start build our plot towards the water CAD study. We'll reevaluate when it comes to time if this is, we just took a guess what to put on. We're just looking to, keep it at quo. But this is only one step of it. the other step is that there's not just houses that are being developed, there's larger units, multi-units or anything like that. So those units will be required to do a fire flow test as well. And so we're looking at how we're going to put that in. It looks like it might be by square footage, but we'll present that at a later time. Right now, we would like to get this passed to start building up the water CAD to allow people to connect to water. Yeah, so I'm looking, if council is good, we're looking for a motion to adopt the amended fees policy as presented, as well as the development application form as presented.
I'd like to make before motion. Questions. As we learned last week, we do the questions first. And then we can have opinions after the motion is made and seconded. So. Does anybody have any questions for Linda regarding this issue?
Did you not have those fees before?
This is new. This is a new study that has been done recently. And we have to recoup the costs, and it can't be done through the water utility review board. They have already said no.
Just for clarification, is the sum total $100 or is it $200?
It's
For the
$100.
development Permit and
No, it's $100.
it's $100.
100. One is for our internal fees policy, and the other is for our development office to use. So it's an application form. So it's $100 per unit that would be needing to connect with water. Mhm.
So if we're having a unit, go up yonder, 4-unit building, they would pay $400.
Correct. If they have a 4-unit building, it would be $400.
No,
And then-
I thought it was square footage.
The square footage on the fire flow.
Oh, okay.
Right. So they would pay $400 plus we'll tell them soon what they would pay for the
Correct.
fire, flow, whatever.
This will be coming back to us again.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is just step one, basically.
Yep. Phase
Okay,
one.
Yeah, the $100.
That's correct.
okay. Any other questions? Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do we need to say the whole motion?
I'll just say that motion is to adopt the amended fees policy as presented, as well as the amended development application form as amended.
Okay, so moved by Councillor Jones, second by Councillor Moore. Now, I asked for questions, but it's not really questions, it's opinions we're supposed to get. Is there any questionable opinions, I guess,
Or debate.
for debate? Hearing none, we'll put it to a vote. All those in favor of the motions made by Councillor Jones, please say aye. Aye. Contrary minded, motion carried. Thank you. So that's both of those. So we'll move on to correspondence, and there's no mail because we don't have any correspondence. The time is 6:28. I need a motion to go in camera.
So moved.
Second.
We vote on that?
Yes.
All those in favor of going in camera?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
You might